So today I'm going to work on the fact that you can't get out of the vehicle from the inside through the rear gate. And it's always been my goal to get that done. And so today I'm going to tackle that. And I don't have a tripod, so I'm going to do a little bit, show you what I did, do a little bit, show you what I did, but this isn't actually going to be like a true step-by-step time-lapse, see how I build. But you guys know that if you follow. I don't really do that just for the sake of time. I don't have a lot of time, and I'd like to give you guys more quality, and maybe if I retire someday with a ton of money, that's something I can do. But I'm getting anxious to get this thing on the road, and so I'm just moving forward to a finish at this time. So this is just a little tab of steel that I cut and drilled a hole in, and I'm going to weld it to the pull arm on the OEM Toyota latch release. That tab vice gripped to the OEM latch release arm. It's hard to tell right there, but it's basically just extended it out and got it tacked on, and I'm about to tack it on. And view of where it's tacked on the back side of the latch release. Not the prettiest weld, but it's definitely going to hold. So right here I've welded a nut to act as a guide where it comes off that latch back there. I need that guide to keep it away from the window regulator mechanism. So I don't have my tripod, but I'm going to hold this together. I'm going to drill this out and put a nut and bolt to it. Here I put a nut and bolt through it. The next clip I'll grind it off. Ground off that extra thread that was sticking through. Next I'll mount it. So it's hooked on down there, comes over to this nut that's welded on, and I did paint that. And then what I've done is just hot glued, not to the cable, wrapped it loosely, hot glued some felt down, felt on the back side of this harness. I'll probably hot glue a little pad right up there, and then I've hot glued a piece right here, and then ice cream man. As you can see, I'm going to pull up. So that works, and keep going here. Put the trim back on and see where we fed the cable through a grommet in the metal plate behind this, and then measured out on this trim panel where it's going to come through, and drilled a hole and pulled it through. We've obviously crimped that end of that cable and ran a bolt through my little tab and pulled it all together here. And next we're going to try it out. Alright, so I'm in the camper, and I don't know if this is something I can do one-handed, but this is the first time I've tried it like closed and from inside the camper, so let's try it one-handed. Oh yeah, it worked. So you guys know I'm not yanking your chain. Okay, we're closed. I'm pushing. No open, no open. Oh yeah. All right. Not the most beautiful thing on the so not the most beautiful thing on this build. And honestly, this is I think the only hole I've drilled in the vehicle. But I think I can live with that. Because safety is important.
obviously. And if I had, for some reason, I don't know, a fire or a security issue, and it was beneficial or the only access to get out the back, I can now do that. So that makes me feel better. I was going to go with some sort of, handle that turned and welded on and have splines, or a square rod and thread the tip of it, and so I could screw the handle on and still get the door panel off. But I think this KISS method, keep it simple, stupid, is a way to go. Less things that can fail, and a little bit more elegant. And if that hole ever bothered me or the person buying it, I could totally trim off little pieces from the backside and use my plastic welder and actually fill in the back of that hole. Put a little texture on it, and no one would know the difference. So not too worried about drilling that hole. Obviously not ideal, but I think that's really the only way you're going to get that done, unless you put an actuator in there that ran off 12 volts, and that wouldn't help you if you had a dead battery and need to get out. So it is what it is. I'm happy with it. My camper. So all good. And I'm going to get myself resituated here and maybe give you a little update on what else I've done. So updates on what I've gotten done. Not a whole lot. I did get in right here at this bulkhead. I've got a 12 volt power point, and I've got one of those dual USB power points there. I'm thinking while I'm sleeping that my stuff is going to go here, my phone, and I could just run the cable behind that backsplash and over here. I moved my fan up here to the, nice lighting. I moved my fan up here to the entrance, and that's, as you remember if you've seen the other ones, it's got a long cable that runs all the way to the other side. So this thing moves around. I've moved it over here because over in that corner I'm going to mount a small 7-inch monitor, so that when I'm blacked out I can check the cameras. At the swap meet I found an S-video switch. It's just a push button switch that has 3 channels that I can switch between views. It was $1, and you'll see that in that video where I put in security here. And then the monitor is 2 channels, so then I can get a total of 4. And I think these backup cameras are about $11 each. I think I put them on my wish list on Amazon, so I'll go back and check it. They're either like $8.99 or $11.99 each, no more than that. So let's see. Back here, let me open it up. So I bought, that's in the sun. Let me put it in the shade so it's probably easier to read. So I bought one of these Alpi Cool, I think 15, is it 16 quart, 15 quart? It's not huge, but it'll hold like lunch meat and cheese and stuff for, probably maybe some eggs. So anything I want to go refrigerated. It is very low power consumption. I don't remember what it is, but I think it's about 35 watts when it's running, but it doesn't run all the time. And I think it's 3 amps or less. It's a true compressor refrigerator. And let's see, All right, so there it's on at 75 degrees inside. So I've got 12.5, 11.8 volts on the system, 11.9. It's in eco mode, and it's actually running right now, so you can't see if you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's very quiet. It's in eco mode instead of max. You can put it on max and it'll cool faster. And then that L designates its low battery protection. So if I was in high battery protection, it probably would have faulted right now. So since it's in low battery protection, it hasn't faulted. And yeah, so I've got that, and then I plug it in back here where I've got these two ports, and again I got a USB back here. And I did those purposely right above where the kitchen will be, so that's about it for what I've gotten done. And I'm starting to think about solar, but I think I should get a couple camps under my belt before I do that and get that auxiliary battery in there. Oh, and I got a free inverter. I think we had a few derelict trucks at my work that had inverters, and it's a 2,000 watt. It's not pure sine wave, so not my first choice, but dude, at the price, free, yeah, thank you very much, all day long. And thinking like maybe run an Instant Pot. And I've read where people are running Instant Pots without pure sine wave, and some say that you need it, but people with actual experience say that they didn't need it, and the people that say it needs pure sine wave already had pure sine wave, so they can't really say that it doesn't work. So I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, solar inverter coming next, and maybe somehow figure out how to put a plug for shore power. That's where I'm at.